All right, hey, what's going on, Freedomers? Okay, so, um, why I don't believe you should marry yourself? No. I recently disconnected with somebody, and it made me realize why she took offense to what I said. Because her South Node is in Libra, right? So I'm in Aries, right? So one of the things that I tend to realize is that, again, Aries and Libras handle things very differently. And I say this because I've partnered with Libras. I've had Libra clients. And if they don't agree with doing, if they don't feel like something's appropriate, they won't do it. Aries, Libra people are not people who drop everything, even though they're initiators. But Libra people are not people who, and right now we're talking about the Aries and Libra, Aries North Node, Libra South Node. Libras are not people who drop everything to go do something. Unless unless it is vitally important. The Aries will do that if they just deem it something they desire. And give something their full attention because it's what they desire at the moment. A Libra won't do that. A Libra will say, yes, that's what I want at the moment, but they'll delegate in their mind on what they deem as important. The Libra is more logical when it comes to deeming things as important, why they want it, why they don't want it, etc., etc. The Aries kind of blocks shit out and just say, this is what I wanted, and I got it. You know what I'm saying? And I would even say what our spirit told me the other day, tonight. The secret about fire signs is that they're emotional. If you want that logical shit, go to the air signs. Fire signs are not logical. They're emotional. They just may not be as emotional as a water sign, but in ethicalness, they're emotional. So, and meaning like they're driven by impulse, which is emotion. So her being a double air, I had to realize she was doing this air sign shit. And I was like, that's cool, but you ain't here to do that air sign shit. You here to move off impulse. If that's what you gotta do, right? And of course, you gotta have, because your South Node's in Libra, you gotta have some sort of delegation of when things are appropriate, because you do have to have your balance between your South Node and your North Node. But for the most part, you gotta feel it, do it. The reason why she felt offended and we broke apart is because she's married to a Libra. And it clicked in my head, and I said, you become who you hang around. No bullshit. So if you're having sex with your South Node, you're married to your South Node, you're doing business with your South Node, my thing is to you, get the lesson and absorb what you can and keep it pushing. To me, you are not to stay with your South Node. Why do I say that? Let me give you a visual. Let me give you a visual of what I'm talking about. With a South Node, right? And it sound like, oh, and she would say he's a developed Libra, he's an evolved Libra, which is cool, right? When you're with your South Node, I don't care, and I'm learning this, I don't care how evolved your South Node is, unless you have mastered it, which which is the exception. Because most of us don't master our north nodes in this life, our south nodes in this life, right? Most of us just get a good grip of it. Your south node, in my opinion, is something, no matter how developed, you're just going to be in a bubble. Now, of course, your north node and your south node are connected. So you got to understand this to understand this. It helps. But you're not supposed to spend your time here because you ain't going there. This is where you going. So if you spend all your time here, the problem is no matter how strong you become, you only gonna go at the cap of how much you mastered this. But remember, no matter how much you master this, this is not where you're going. This is where you're going. So because your north node is where you're going, every time I befriend my south node, it's not long lasting. And I gotta be mindful of it and ask myself, what am I here to learn from this person? Instead of, because I'm not supposed to be around, for me personally, Capricorn, Aquarius, Libra, and Taurus. Those are the 4 signs I have to learn the lesson or learn the lesson or get what I need and keep it pushing. After I get it, keep it pushing because the goal is here. The goal is not here. So no matter how much time problem with spending time with your south node is that you'll become them and you'll have an unfulfilled life if this doesn't help you get here. If your south node doesn't direct you to your purpose, you're just gonna stay here. And this is your comfort zone. So for me, how I would say the problem with marrying your south node is that it will make you comfortable. The problem with marrying your south node is that your south node will 90% of the time, in my opinion, unless they're aware, they won't really push you to get here. Unless you are consciously aware of this, you ain't going here. So when I told her, when she was all about, oh, I need to pay her for her services, I said, sweetie, I'm not asking you for your services. I'm saying, because paying, and I say this because my Taurus is in South Node, that's a Venus concept. We need to pay to do things. And if you're going into a Mars concept, I'm telling you because I live this. She's going from Venus to Mars. And I say this because with a Mars concept, you don't always have to pay. You don't always have to pay with Mars. Mars is really, because it's about Scorpio, it's about relationships. Real rap. That's the most challenging thing as a cusp myself. It's about relationships. It has nothing to do all the time about paying. Because if you like I said earlier to myself, if you always putting a price tag on the relationship, you lessen the value of the relationship because it's all about money. So you don't extract the wisdom, the knowledge, the information, the stretching of getting outside your comfort zone because you are all about getting paid. Now, there are times it's the most integral thing for you to pay first. But when I was telling her to help me out, I was like, yo, just put me on game. Why? Because I'm in relation with you. That's it. Because I'm in relation with you, it helps if you put me on the game. But if you always putting a price tag on the relationship, you lose that essence. So I don't believe you should marry your South Node because you're not going here. You're not going there. No matter how developed they are, you are not going here. So unless you have a conscious awareness that you should not be here, you gotta they just gotta give you balance, take it with a grain of salt, and go here. Then you kind of waste time.